Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami Yoma Elohechem. Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami Yoma Elohechem. Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami Yoma Elohechem. Comfort us in our wilderness. Comfort us as we struggle to take care of one another. Comfort us in our wilderness. Comfort us as we struggle with this world. Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami Yoma Elohechem. Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami Yoma Elohechem. Comfort us in our wilderness. Comfort us as we struggle to take care of one another. Comfort us in our wilderness. Comfort us as we struggle with this world. Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami Yoma Elohechem. Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami Yoma Elohechem.
Beautiful, thank you. We continue on page 13 with Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Ni L'Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So I wanted to just give a shout out to Alan Konigsberg on keyboard and Andy Silbert on clarinet, and Carol Mizell on violin, and Steve Feynman on bass guitar. It's great to have the band back in town for Shabbat.
Yes, yes. I got to say, it sounds amazing. Sounds absolutely amazing. So let's welcome Rebecca and Ruthie and Jack. And I just especially want to say, Rivka and Jack will be representing the class of 2021 as they go off soon to new adventures. And so we're doing this together. We have a dozen or so people online as well as we lift off into starting to dream about renewal. Let's continue on page 14, Yedid Nefesh. Please sing along.
Yedid nefesh avarachaman meshochav decha eretzonecha. Yedid nefesh avarachaman meshochav decha eretzonecha. Yarutz avdecha kamoaya yishtachave emor hadarecha. Yarutz avdecha kamoaya yishtachave emor hadarecha. La 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 la. Yarut avdecha kamoaya yishtachave emor hadarecha. Yarut avdecha kamoaya yishtachave emor
Beautiful. Thank you very much. We continue with Lechunu Ranana, page 50.
Lechu neranana, lechu neranana, lechu neranana, lechu neranana, lechu neranana, lechu neranana, ladonai. Navia, litzot yitenu. Thanks.
Let's continue on page 16. It was a very beautiful little Lechunu Ranana by Andy.
40 שנה עקוד בדור, ואומרם טועה לבבהם, והם לא ידעו דרכי, אשר נשבעתי באפי, אם יראו מנוחתי.
Sing a new song to God on page 16.
שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, בצרו מיום ליום ישועתו. ספרו בגויים כבודו, בכל העמים נפלאותיו, כי גדול אדוני ומהולל מאוד, נורא הוא על כל אלוהים. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, בצרו מיום ליום ישועתו.
We continue with Yismuchul Shamayim, bottom of page 16.
ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ. יירם הים, יירם הים, יירם הים ומלואו, יירם הים, יירם הים. יירם הים. לפני אדוני קיווה, קיווה לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט אבל בצדק ועמים באמונתו.
Page 17.
אדוני מלאך תגל הארץ, ישמחו איים רבים.
On the bottom of the page, new lights. Or Zarua, light is sown for the righteous.
Or Zarua, LaTzadik, Ul Yisrael Lev Simcha. Or Zarua, LaTzadik, Ul Yisrael Lev Simcha. Or Zarua, LaTzadik, Ul Yisrael Lev Simcha. Ul Yisrael Lev Simcha. Or Zarua LaTzadik, Ul Yisrael Lev Simcha. Ul Yisrael Lev Simcha. La 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 la
on page 18.
Page 18. מזמור שיר לאדוני שיר חדש, כי נפלאות עשה, הושיע לו ימינו וזרוע קודשו. לפני אדוני קיווה לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט הבל בצדק וימים במשרים.
We continue on page 19. Romamu.
Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachvu lecha kodecho. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachvu lecha kodecho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romamu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romamu. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachvu lecha kodecho. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachvu lecha kodecho.
Nice. I'm really digging this. This is amazing. Amazing.
You and me both, yeah.
Yes, so beautiful. And all right, so where are we? Oh yes, I guess we're on page 20 already.
Yeah.
Which is the sixth and penultimate psalm of Kabbalat Shabbat service. So we ask everyone to please rise. I don't know if Cantor's not saying, but these melodies are written by Jeff Klepper. They're written by Craig Taubman. They're written by Rebecca Schwartz. They're written by, I don't know who Sorotkin is, but I wish I did. Goldfarb wrote Shalom Aleichem. Are you kidding? We know who wrote that? Shalom Aleichem.
Yep.
I didn't realize that.
Well, yeah, a lot of times traditional is really Cantor Saul Zim, so go figure.
Yeah, the stuff that we think was like back in the Second Temple is actually, a guy in 1970 in
That's right.
an apartment in Tel Aviv wrote it.
Correct.
Anyway, yes, that is the case, but that's okay. So let's, all right, so let's welcome in Mizmor David, page 20.
Right, and I'm going to sing the first verse, but you guys are going to play the rest of it, because that's the freilich that we need. We need so much.
We do need freilich, you're right.
Mizmor LeDavid. Havul Adonai b'nei Elim. Havul Adonai kavod ba'oz. Havul Adonai kavod shemoistach. Havul Adonai avrat kodesh. Kol Adonai al hamayim el kavod irim. Adonai lama b'yashav v'yeshev Adonai melech le'olam. Adonai oz le'amo yiten. Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom.
We conclude the Kabbalat Shabbat service, almost, on page 21. Please be seated with the Chadodi.
We're going to do the first two and the last two verses. Lecha dodi li לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ותפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לקראת שבת לכו ונכה, כי מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נעשוך, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פרם פם פם, משבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. ימין ושמאל תפרוצי, ואת אדוני תריצי, על יד איש בן קצי, ונשמחה ונגילה. You could sing along. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. I think
please rise, and I'd like to invite the parents of our grads, Gary and Karen and Angel and Ruthie. Come on up and light the Shabbos candles for us. Yeah, you too. No. They can come, sure. Bring them all up. Why not? Okay. So if you don't mind, right up here.
Our specialist.
Oh no. New box. Really?
It's the humidity.
Try another match, maybe. Got it? Let's say the bracha together.
Baruch atah Eloheinu melech haolam asher kirishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של שבת.
You guys can go back and we face the west.
בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובתהילה, toch emune am segula boi chala Oh,
2, 3.
tov lehodot l'Adonai uzamer l'shimcha
Page 23.
elyon להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות. צדיק התמר יפרח, כארז בלבנון ישגה, שתולים בבית אדוני, בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו. עוד ינובון בשיבה, דשנים ועננים יהיו, להגיד כי אשר אדוני צורי, ולא עוולתה בו. אדוני מלכי ולבש, לבש אדוני עוז יתעזר, אף תיכון תבל בל תימוד. עדותיך נאמנו מאוד, לביתך נאווה קודש אדוני לאורך ימים.
I'd like to invite those saying Kaddish, both here and at home, to rise and to join us as we think and remember and connect. Page 24. Yitgadal v'yitkadash me'rava.
Amen.
Ve'alma divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon uvyomechon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael. V'agala v'zman kariv imeru. Amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevorach le'olam ulal me'almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'ale v'yithalal shmei dekudesha. Berichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush bechata v'nechamata damiran v'yalma v'yimeru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. Just wanted to say, give a shout out and say Shabbat Shalom to some of the folks who I haven't said hello to yet. First of all, Nathan, it's nice to see you supporting Cantor and joining us. And very, very nice also to see Rachel from the sunny state of Arizona. I hope you're doing okay, my dear, and Brandon. And I hope your mom had a good time in Jamaica.
I'll be in person in 2 weeks.
Back from Jamaica, and we'll see. I think Lois will be here tomorrow. So let's continue on page 28 with the Baruch Hu. I'd like to invite everyone to please rise.
Am I awake? Well, obviously I'm not because I didn't put my microphone on. Let's take two. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? La 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 Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Le'olam Va'ed. La 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 la
Please be seated. Continue Ma'ariv Aravim, page 28.
Blessed is the one who makes the evening fall. Blessed is the spirit that guides us soul. Blessed is the one who makes the evening fall. Blessed is the spirit that guides us soul. Baruch atah Adonai HaMa'ariv Aravim. Baruch atah Adonai HaMa'ariv Aravim Shekhinah 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 Shekhinah. Blessed is the one who makes the evening fall. Blessed is the spirit that guides us all. Blessed is the one who makes the evening fall. Blessed is the spirit that guides us all. Baruch atah Adonai HaMa'ariv Aravim. Baruch atah Adonai HaMa'ariv Aravim Shekhinah 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 Shekhinah.
Beautiful. We continue on page 29, Ahavat Olam.
So I'm not singing Ahavat Olam. Last time we were together, I had Alan play, and tonight I think you have a group. Everyone's praying with you, yeah? So if you want to close your eyes and just use this time to meditate a little bit, it's perfect. Enjoy.
Thank you. With the constant love, Adonai, you have loved us, is expressed through giving us the most precious gift of the Torah. The words of Torah are life and the length of our days, and we meditate on them day and night. Adonai, never take your love from us. Praise you, Adonai, who loves your people, Israel. We continue on page 30, Shema v'ahavta.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך וקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Continue on page 31, Vayom.
ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם, יעשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנף פתיל תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית וריתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם, אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Continue on page 32, Mi Chamocha at the bottom of the page. This is a version by
Cantor Zim,
Cantor,
Saul Zim.
otherwise known as the birthday book.
That's right. La 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 la. מי כמוך בלימד אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות, אוסף אלה, אוסף אלה. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקרם לפני משה. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקר גם לפני משה. Everybody! La 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 la. Zazali, anu ve'amadu, Adonai imloch, le'olam, le'olam, va'ed. ונאמר כיבד אדוני את יעקב, וגואלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני. La 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 קהל ישראל. שכוח.
Beautiful, beautiful. We continue with Hashkivenu on page 33, also Saul Zim.
Yep. It's his.
So just to keep in mind, these texts are really hundreds and thousands of years old, but the melodies are kind of added on. Every generation adds their own melodies, and Cantor Zim has done a wonderful job at renewing them for us.
Yeah. I guess we're all looking at each other trying to figure out who's starting this. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom, l'shalom, לשלום. והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים, לחיים, לשלום, לשלום, לשלום. ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, לשלום, לשלום, לשלום. ותקננו בעצה טובה מלפניך, לשלום, לשלום, לשלום. ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ברוך אתה אדוני הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
Page 34, we continue Visham.
I'm getting there, I'm getting there. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. בין יהודי בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת בנפש, שבת בנפש, שבת בנפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, לך רותם וחמכותם, וחייכון וברכון וחיי דרכות בית ישראל, בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם עולם מעולמיה, וישתבח ויתברך ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קדושה ברכו לעולם עם כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירם בעלמא ואמרו אמן.
Please rise, page 35 through 38.
This is Verizon. Oh, the genius really was a terrible one. He put the bill on. He gave him a bill and no phone. So he's got a bill on his account. He has no phone. That was the geniuses. And the genius couldn't get the bill off the account either. Right. He has to bring a death certificate to Verizon to show that no, I'm not, it's crazy. Isn't it? I will never deal with Verizon. Oh, AT&T is like wonderful compared to them. Oh, much. I mean, you know, they're human beings. Oh, I would never deal with Verizon. Because he doesn't know the PIN, and they won't tell him the PIN because they send a text message to the phone that doesn't work. And he's getting a new phone because it doesn't work. And you can't get the text message they send to the phone that doesn't work, so they won't let him change the PIN.
Conclude with
It's great.
Nurit Hirsch's beautiful Oseh Shalom. It's on page 38, and the English lyrics by Cantor Saul, which are in the inside back cover of many of our Sidurim.
You know what the PIN was now?
May the
I know those.
May the one who hears our prayer from God's dwelling place above bless all people everywhere. Bless them all with peace and love. Oh, say shalom b'momah. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al Yisrael. Imru amen. Ya'aseh shalom.
Shalom Aleichem, Ve'alko Yisrael, Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleichem, Ve'alko Yisrael.
Ask her what she hears from Levi.
That's everything that is.
Ask her what she hears from Levi.
Yeah. How's Levi doing?
Bum, bum. That's all she wrote.
Thank you. Please remain standing for just a moment on page 47 by Yechulu. By Cantor.
Yeah, I'm only going to do a little bit of this because then we're doing that. ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם ויכל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה וישפוט ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות.
Please be seated.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל, אלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, קונה שמיים וארץ. מגן אבות.
Oh, good.
מגן אבות בדברו, מחיה מתים במאמרו. מגן אבות בדברו, מחיה מתים במאמרו.
sweetheart. Have a nice evening. Goes early. Oh, Steve. I don't have that problem. Yeah, I don't either. You're right.
That's great. Sal's in.
Yeah.
He's that Ritzig.
You don't have a lot of patience.
Continue on top of page 40.
Right.
Oh, no way.
Eloheinu, ve'avoteinu, v'imoteinu, rutzei v'nuchatenu. Kadeshenu, b'mitzvotecha, v'ten chakenu, v'toratecha, tzabreinu, miturecha, v'samachenu, v'shuatecha. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. V'taher beinu, v'taher, v'taher beinu, v'taher, v'taher beinu, avdecha b'emet, v'taher, v'taher beinu, v'taher. V'daher libeinu v'daher, v'daher libeinu v'over b'emet. V'ankilenu Adonai Eloheinu v'ahava uvratzon kadbat kodecha v'yanuchu ba Yisrael Mekadosh Shemecha. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. יתקדש ויקדש שמי רבו, ויאמר דברי חירותי והנחמכותי, וחייכון וימחון וחיית כל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב וימדו. אמן. יהי שמי רבו מבורך, לעולם עולם מאוד מהר. יתברך תשמע תתאהב ותרומה ויתנשא, ויתהלל ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה. ברכו לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירם ויאמר. תתקבץ לא תורנו ואותנו תוכו ישראל קודם לבום דבשמיים. Amen.
You have your phone.
I do. Oh, okay. Okay, I have her number here.
Thank you very
Okay.
much, Cantor. Thank you very much to Andy and to Carol, Steve, and Alan, Doctor of the
Want to call
Keyboard.
her on
It's really
this phone?
amazing.
Your regular line.
And,
My
so
regular
celebratory. And I will tell you that it's the middle of the summer, so we don't have as many people as we like to have. But next time you guys do this, I promise you, we're gonna within, assuming that a certain pandemic gives us a break, we will have many, many, many more people to join this amazing, amazing prayer experience. So I just wanted to dedicate a few words to our graduates, especially to the ones who are tonight here, Jack and to Rebecca, but also to all the other ones, to Hani and to Drew and to Jake and to all the other children who are young adults who are heading off to college next year. Alan, college or other places, other adventures. And I want to say this, that these years ahead of you
The problem is that
amazing years of encountering and meeting different kinds of people,
I forgot the
kinds
pin
of
number I have
viewpoints,
for Verizon.
things that you'll agree with, things that you'll disagree with. I hope you get to stay up till late at small hours of the night, arguing about one thing or another thing, different opinions. And it's a beautiful time of your lives to kind of discover who you really are and to explore. And it's a beautiful moment.
She has all the codes, all my.
Together with that, I'll just share very briefly something of my experience growing up in the 80s, going to school. I met a young African-American man named Ron who had spent a few years in the Arab world, become a Muslim, and had joined the other Muslim students. After initially having some fairly serious confrontations with him and his friends about the Arab-Israeli conflict and this and the other, we became friends. He started teaching me a little bit of the melodies that he had learned in the Arab world, calling people to prayer. And how do you like that? He met a young woman from Hillel named Miriam, and the two of them, and pretty soon we all started becoming friends, hanging out with each other. And last I heard, he was on his way to conversion to Judaism. And that's what happens when you actually have a dialogue. That's what happens when people actually express themselves, share their opinions, listen to each other. Unfortunately, part of what is going on in American college campuses right now, whether it's Rutgers or CCM or anywhere else, is not that. It's not people expressing their opinions and exchanging ideas. Unfortunately, in the last few years, we have seen a concerted effort on the parts of extremists to end the dialogue and to demonize Jews and to demonize Israel, whether it's through the Barghoudi's organization, Students for Justice in Palestine, or any other organization. They have tried to hijack dialogue, to take the college years, which are years of exploring and learning, and they have decided to try to pervert it into demonizing, into stealing the hearts of young Americans, to just undermining support for Israel, support for Jews, into something ugly and horrible and disgusting. And I want to tell you right off, it is not your job to be the soldiers of Judaism and the soldiers of Zionism. It is not your job to be thrust on the front line, to have to put up with people challenging you, to demanding that you subscribe to their point of view, that you condemn Israel, condemn Zionism, et cetera, et cetera. You do not have to take on that burden. You do not have to be enlisted to fight the fight, because It's not a fight. It is a campaign it's not a dialogue. It's not an attempt to convince anybody. Although there have, unfortunately and heartbreakingly, there are Jewish students who have subscribed, who have lost their way and subscribed to this hateful narrative. I will just tell you three things. Israel is not apartheid. Anybody who tells you that is telling you a falsehood. Zionism is not racism. Zionism is the movement of self-determination of the Jewish people. It is a liberation movement, not a movement of Jewish supremacy or any of the other lies and calumnies you will hear. But you do not have to bear yourselves. You do not have to fight that fight. You do not have to be confronted with that unless you wish to. But I recommend not. College should be a time of exploration and fun and learning and discovering yourself. It should not be hijacked by the haters. Everyone know what a troll is? Right? Well, I'm a troll. I'm a big troll. Sometimes late at night, I'll get up and go on my Twitter account and I'll see something that has happened and I will sack it to them. No one better. But I have found something interesting, that when you go to the side who has said the thing that makes you angry, whether it's a professor, again, I just want to mention that when other students say things, that's one thing. When professors say something in their classrooms, that's another thing. When college unions of faculty unions say something about Israel, subscribing to these lies, that's different. That is no longer something where students should speak. Students absolutely should speak out, but that is something different. That's where parents should speak out, and that's where rabbis should speak out, and that's where members of Congress should speak out. Our children are not going to college to be subjected to this. They're not going to college to be demonized. They're not going to college to be expected to toe the line of some kind of false progressive mindset that they are subjected to. That's not what they're there for. That's not what's fair to them. It should not happen. I'm calling on us as parents and as adults who love them to let them know that we support them and they should be supported by the people in their universities to be exactly who they are, to be proudly Jewish, without apology, without need to justify or anything else. To be able to wear a Magen David or a Chai or a Israeli flag without fear of any kind of negative repercussions. They should be allowed to be themselves, the same as any other college student should be allowed to be themselves. And it's not just me saying that. When I reached out to the president of City College of New York, my first feeling was to just let him have it. How dare you allow your faculty union to call Israel apartheid, to accuse Israel of genocide? How dare you? You're supposed to be representing academia in America, the truth, not your version of the truth, not your version of the fact, truth. How dare you? But I held myself back and I wrote him a respectful letter. I'm concerned. Jewish students in your college feel afraid, they feel harassed, they feel put on the spot, they feel intimidated to be who they are, and I'm concerned. And I got a response. He wrote me back. The college president of CCNY actually wrote me back, Vince Boudreau. And I'd like to share with you a little bit of what he wrote to me. And I have a reason for saying this. Now, I'm not just doing it to let you know that people actually write back to me. He said, I have, as you may suspect, been fairly occupied speaking to members of my community who have been dismayed at the BDS votes, right? Boycott, divest, and sanctions, which is this so-called movement to pressure Israel. It's not to pressure Israel. It's to destroy Israel. is to turn the American narrative against Israel. They have nothing to do. It's a supporter of terrorist supporting organization that the faculty union took. And to give you a sense of my own thinking, I'll say something about how we've handled this. I'll tell you what I've been saying to my alumni and to many of my faculty. I was dismayed at that vote. This is when the faculty union voted to support BDS. I, in fact, am headed to Israel this fall to open some new areas of collaboration and program development. I have no idea why the faculty union decided to take this vote, but it's important to note that this is a labor union, not a governance body of the colleges or the universities. None of our governance bodies have shown any inclination to pick up this call. And in fact, the union itself is facing significant resignations because the vote was taken by a very small sector of the university without consultation with the larger body of employees or the faculty. Over 50 faculty members resigned from the union after the pro-BDS. And this is happening all across the country. Not just the shrill, false voice of BDS, but of people of goodwill. Not just Jewish people, but people of goodwill say, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Why are you trying to hijack discussion in the university to make this demonizing anti-Semitic point? On my campus, says the president, we have been preparing for this moment by training campus members in the methodology of sustained dialogue. That means I say what I think, you say what you think, we listen to each other, we learn from each other. That's how it's supposed to work. That's not what the Students for Justice in Palestine is. That's not what the BDS movement is. It's not about listening. It's not about dialogue. They refuse to have dialogue. They refuse to get into conversation. They have one narrative of lie after lie after lie, and that's what they're interested in. That is all. College president and college presidents across the country are trying to promote discussion. That I invite you to take part in, discussion, but not in the confrontations that unfortunately are what seems to be the going instead of dialogue these days. I wish I didn't have to talk about this, but I feel like I do have to talk about this. I want you to know, Jack and Rebecca and all the grads, that we support you. We support your right to be exactly who you are, to take part in the dialogue or not, to take part in the struggle or not, above all else, to just be who you are as proud Jews, supporters of Israel. You can be critics of Israel, as many of us are, as many Israelis are, without denying Israel's right to exist. The president concludes by saying, these will be difficult times for campuses around the country, navigating the line between academic freedom and the rights of all peoples to be safe and respected. I tell you that I will devote myself to this goal at City College of New York, and can tell you that the presidential colleagues of colleges across the country are, to a person, dedicated to figuring this out. So I want you to understand, by saying this, that 90%, 99% of people on college, professors and faculty and everybody else on college are with you and with us and with, shall we say, a sane voice for dialogue, for friendship, for coming together as Americans and learning and discussing. Let's not let the atmosphere and the experience be poisoned by the few shrill falsehood sayers who are trying to hijack the conversation. Enjoy yourselves. It's going to be fantastic. You're going to have a great time in school. You're going to learn stuff. You know, when my roommate first year was a guy from a farmer's son from central Minnesota. You know, I became lifelong friends with him. I met people of all backgrounds. I discovered my Judaism in ways that I never thought I would before. I learned, I grew, I became the person I am. It was great, and it's going to be great for you. So I just want to say, Lech Lecha, go forth, discover, have fun, connect, don't be afraid, and be proud of who you are. And we have your back. We have your back. Your rabbi, your community, your parents, 100% have your back. I wanted to present the two of you guys, and also people who are not here as well, but they're here. So with your mezuzah, now I know that you might be some of you living at home for a bit. That's fine. The mezuzah can wait until you find your own place. I have put this cloth into the mezuzah myself with my own blessing to each of you and to all of you. So Jack and Rebecca and all of our wonderful grads. Oh, you're going to come up? All right. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Why not?
You're
I just
coming
wanted
up for
to.
Kiddush too, right?
What?
You're coming up for Kiddush too?
Yes. I also wanted you to come in and share Kiddush with us. If you don't mind, you can do that in a socially responsible, distance way, whatever.
Yeah.
So this is let's see. Okay. Well, I don't know. You can decide what you want. This is for you. All right. So you guys come up in the middle for a sec, and we'll just finish. You can stay on opposite ends of the bin, like keep, socially distant and all that. But please rise. And yeah, I don't know, is that right? Okay. Sorry. Come right here so everyone can see you.
Do you want it
Let's highlight it. All right, and do we have a siddur for them?
Yep.
Jack is too tall; you don't even see him.
Oh.
All right. All right, there we go. You see Rebecca? Good. All right.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kadsho be'ahava uvratzon hinhi lanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit ki hu yom tehila l'mikra'e kodesh zeher l'tziat mitzrayim ki vanu v'harta ve'atanu kidasht mikol hamim v'shabbat kodecha ve'ahava uvratzon hinaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat.
Amen. L'chaim, have a sip, and thank you very much. And I just wanted to, before you guys can sit down. I just wanted to say before Cantor continues, just wanted to mention, if it works for me ever, okay, that our graduates are Rachel Brooks, who's at Ramah right now, and Jack's, Rebecca, Drew Glauberg, Hani Wyman, Jake Milberg, Alan Pikus, and Sam Steinfink. And I want to say that all of them really did want to be here. One's in California. One of them is closing their store that they have their summer job at. So they all really wanted to be here. And so they are here with us in spirit. We're very proud of all of you. Mazel tov, yeshar koach, and let's stay in touch. Nothing, as you know, I like nothing better than to split a donut and a cup of coffee and listen to how you guys are doing and how your adventures are. All right, so Cantor is going to take it from here with a beautiful melody to kind of conclude, which is God Will Lead the Way.
Right. So I wrote this last year during the Black Lives Matter protests, and it really is a reminder to each and every one of you, but especially for you guys because you're going on to this next big chapter of your lives. And you are movers and shakers, you're doers, you're speakers, you stand up for what you believe in. It's not always going to be easy. And I wanted you to know that you're not going to be alone, even though sometimes it may feel like you are. Rabbi has already said, and I know he means it, if you ever need to reach out to him, make sure you give him a call, text him, whatever. He'll be there for you. I will too. I know your parents will, and I know that you have very dear friends that always have your back, but God will be there for you too. Don't forget that. I'll walk with you, knowing you must walk alone. I'll cry with you, though I cannot know your pain. I'll stand with you, and together we'll be strong. I'll pray with you, knowing God will lead the way. God will lead the way. And together we'll be strong. Oh, God must lead the way, or we'll never right these wrongs. Oh, God will lead the way, and together we'll be strong. Oh, God must lead the way, or we'll never right these wrongs. And we must right these wrongs.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Yes, text me. Always there for you. Please rise. Aleinu is on page 51.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשינו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Thank you. Please be seated. We reach out to the Applebaum family and the loss of Greg. Family observes the Shloshim, as well as reaching out to Ina and Rachel, the loss of a dear mother and grandmother, Rosa Alshitz, also observing the Shloshim. Reach out to those who observe the year, the Shana of Frida Bean, of Myra Hoffman, Lillian Barron, David Allen Weinberger, Bonnie Mamier, Bertha Reich, Jack Schaefer, Max Hahn, Daniel Levin, Dr. Joseph Tejar, Henry Smolin, Bernard Diamond, Judith Nelson Feldman, Dr. Norman Endy, Arvin Smith, Sam Frost, Kurt Rosenberg, Anita Walensky, Lillian Warren, Leonard Lowenthal, Phyllis Ilowski, Cynthia Phillip, Jacob Rosenberg, Elliot Blafer, Naomi Zaslow, Barbara Schuster, Ada Rosen, Lila Berg. Robin is here with us tonight, as is Ina, Friedel, Leopold, and Edith Schaefer. We also reach out to those who observe the yard sites of Solomon Baruch, Ronald Benowitz, Helen Genler, Chana, Jeanette Barentel, Yinor, Irving Levy, Yitzchak Ben Moshe, Miriam Buchman, Miriam, Charles Hockman, David Marcus, Isidore Lodinsky, Yitzchak Ben Avram, Shirley Rubin, Ilian Strager, Gary Wallach, Elaine Tobias, Max Asher, Lena Benzel, Bernice Gold, Isaac Collins, Zipporah Kalish, Ralph Klein, Philip Perlman, Jack Seitz, Evelyn Weiner, Jack Weiser, Judith Weiss, Rochelle Walensky, Max Bankoff, Rose Davis, Lillian H. Levy, Dr. Jacob Livingston, Harry Mayer, Jack J. Pink, Jacob Rosenbluth, and Arnold T. Siegel, Isaac Kalish. Are there any other names that I have not mentioned? I'd like to invite all those saying Kaddish, please, to rise on page 52. Words of love and remembrance and connection. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah.
Amen.
Ve'alma divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayichon u'vyomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael. V'agala v'zman kari v'imeru. Amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevorach le'olam u'al me'almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'av v'yitromam v'yitnasei. V'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudisha v'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran bi'alma v'imeru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya v'chaim aleinu v'kol Yisrael v'imeru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'kol Yisrael v'imeru. Amen. Amen. Thank you very much for coming tonight. I know these are confusing times, friends, but stay strong, stay together, stay joyful, stay positive. Gamze Yavor. This too shall pass, and we shall go on to blessing and to meeting, connection, and celebration, and to blessing. So let's conclude with Adon Olam, or Be'ado Afkid Ruchi. I want to thank Cantor for putting together really exceptional, beautiful, beautiful Kabbalat Shabbat and Ma'ariv service. So inspiring. Page 53. And I want to thank our musicians once again. Please join Bi'ado of Kidruchi. In God's hands, we will entrust our spirits.
Be'ado av kidruchi, b'eit ishan v'ayira, b'imruchi gviati, Adonai li v'lo ira, v'imruchi gviati, Adonai li v'lo ira. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom.
Thank you very much, everybody. Good Shabbos. We have Onik. We're going to do a quick motzi in the back. We have Onik Shabbat, a little packet, little boxes that Godfrey is bringing out. Thank you very much, Godfrey. And Shabbat Shalom. We'll be resuming
Shalom.
Shabbat services tomorrow at 9:30. Thank you very much.
Shabbat
Laila
Shalom.
Tov.
Shabbat shalom.